Yeah, just to start. Guys, if we have anything major going on with the player, like unfortunately with Vince, I'll give you guys updated. We got guys on different programs. Overall, we're in pretty good shape. D-Led, it's been a week, so I'll give you the Dion update, trending in the right direction. Don't have a firm timetable, but I think he's headed in the right direction.
As far as Anthony Rush wasn't out there today, though?
Mike, again, we got different plans for different guys. There's something really major issue going on, I'll update you. I'm not going to get in here in some of our plans with guys. Rush is fine. So.
Coach, I know it's early in camp, but how are the conversion guys doing? Avery Williams and Felipe Franks.
Yeah, very pleased with them. They're two guys. We got a couple guys in our program that have been here every year that we're continuing to try to develop, and we hope that it continues. Guys are flashing. Avery's handling it really well. Continue to be impressed with Felipe. All these guys. Newsel. There you go, Kevin. You got a news flash update. But there's a lot of guys in our program that we feel good about, that have been around here for a year, that we're continuing to develop, and we got to go see it. You know, T-Led, the preseason will be big for those guys.
And a kid like Caleb Huntley, you talked about wanting to see him. Looks like he's flashing a little bit.
Same. He's in the same boat as those guys. Pleased with Caleb. Continues to work. He's grown a lot. I'm fired up to watch these guys compete in the preseason.
The last couple of days, it seems like there's been a pretty significant amount of drops, and even a couple of fumbles here and there.
The fumble stuff, I mean, and I appreciate you asking, so you're not making a hot take without context. Like, I blew the whistle 10 seconds, and that's what I got on about. It's a good thing to have to pull him back, but I blew the whistle, and the backs are continuing to try to finish, and somebody comes in there late, and then you get the hoot and the holler on the sideline. Like, we're working the crap out of ball rush. We got to get the ball. We got to get the turnovers, whatever, but there's got to be a good cooperation, because what you don't want, ball to pop out, I blew the whistle, I'm trying to operationally get the next play in, and then guys start diving the ball. It's not what we want. We want guys through the whistle, competing. We need to get the ball out. But those things happen 10 seconds after the whistle, Mike. And I do appreciate you asking, because I'm trying to put context to it. If I got one thing we got to continue to do, I think the quarterbacks are throwing the ball pretty well. We got to hit some of these deep plays. That'd be one critique in what you're insinuating. I've been pleased with the disruption at the line of scrimmage. That goes both ways. I mean, the guys are starting to bat balls. We're starting to get our hands on some things, and we got to continue, and vice versa, to work it on the offensive line. But there's been really good competition. I'm very pleased with the way that 98% of our guys are practicing right now.
I didn't even come up with later. I meant when Darby lost the ball, he looked like he ripped it out of his hand, and then also
When Darby, I blew the whistle like 6 seconds before that.
Okay.
The only one that was bang bang was the one on Hesse.
Okay.
That was real.
And just some of the
Draw. I mean, it looks like at least in individuals, guys have been dropping passes. Is that something you worry about?
Their hands. Like, we'll continue to work it. It's training camp to make some hysterical, prediction on God on day one. We'll continue to let it play out. We got to continue to improve and clean that up. I think guys, we got a lot of guys making plays. Kyle continues to improve. He's made a ton of plays. Like I said, the one critique I have, and I think the quarterbacks have been throwing the ball and throwing it decent, pushing the ball down the field. We got to make some of these plays. Some of them big covered. AJ's made a play on it. My man Warren made one the other day. But that would be one critique I would have.
When it comes to Felipe and his route running, did you put him with anybody particular to work on that? Did you give him a guy?
The Instagram gurus?
Yeah.
And then put it on there and like speed the fast. But I love those, the quick feet where it's like sped up with music playing.
I don't even do it.
Yeah, you do. Don't lie. You probably have a burner account. Probably a burner account. It's like probably like a Southern food critic or something. But
I could do that. That I'm
I
qualified
might
to
be
do.
on to something. But in all seriousness, continue to improve. Justin Peel's a hell of a coach. And Felipe comes out here and continues to work. And he's got a feel for it. He's been a quarterback at a high level. Played in the SEC at 2 schools. Got some snaps last year. And like I said, he continues to want to improve and find a spot to help this team. And I appreciate him.
Seems like Darren Hall every day seems breaking out a pass. Where have you seen maybe the biggest growth in him from what you saw?
Richie, that's why I know you guys get sick of me saying it, but like that's why I don't. The daily narratives, like as these guys hopefully have long careers, and there's some things we ask them to do. It takes some time to develop. Like I said, I've seen some guys have really good rookie years. You never hear from them again. I've seen some guys that everybody's made the final judgment on after a 6-game sample size, and they continue to work. And I've been impressed with Darren and Richie. Ade quietly continues to get better. He's a solid football player. TQ Graham has been solid. So that class, like I said, those guys we're expecting a year 2 jump. And I think that experience is, we threw them in the fire last year out of necessity in certain spots, and I just want to see that carry over. But very pleased with how Darren's playing. He's playing with a lot of confidence too.
The one guy in that class that you didn't mention was Jalen Mayfield. At this point, has Elijah Wilkinson in your eyes?
No, it's like I told you a couple days ago when y'all asked me. I think Elijah's playing pretty well. There's certain things that Jalen needs to continue to do better. And once he does that, then we'll see how it plays out.
Darren, Justin Schaefer today, the rookie lineman. What have you seen from him in camp so far?
Like the rest of the rookies. Shape comes out here and works. Just continue to try to improve his fundamental techniques.
Competition between both sides, and you have your own stuff. Would you ever, as a coach, look at it like the defense won today or the offense won today? Or
because the problem is, some of these situations you're scripting. I know the fans like that. And again, that's probably like 1980s training camp coverage you led. But as you're doing it, and we're not going live, so some things you're letting go on, like the way the quarterbacks, it's all relative. I mean, there's some days, obvious, if you're not making a play or it's just getting destroyed, one side, yeah, you're going to get after them. But there's been pretty healthy competition back and forth.
more so maybe like you're going up against Jacksonville, that it would be like more of that type of situation?
We'll see what these guys do against Detroit, and I'm excited about practicing against New York. Again, those are scripted practices, so it's all relative.
We were talking about Darren Hall, and we were talking to him yesterday. He said the difference he feels like in that secondary group is they have a little more swagger this year, a little more confidence. Have you seen that from them? And what do you
I don't know
think?
the definition of swagger. Again, those guys are playing with confidence, and like I said, I want to hopefully it carries over, and we'll see it as the preseason goes on in the regular season. But I certainly like what's going on back there.
What's different about that this year versus this
That's
last
what
year?
experience. Guys are playing better understanding the technique. They've gotten used to the speed of the game, hopefully. And they're playing well, which builds confidence.
What do you think of CP sometimes like going and signing autographs mid-practice? Are you a fan of that, or are you fun?
Oh, yeah. Because there's guys like, if a guy does something that bothers me, I'll let him know. Some guys, you got to let them be themselves. Some guys, they crave attention. And as long as it's not affecting anybody else, like I never cared what guys wear. Some of these guys think they're like fashion icons, whatever, and I just laugh at them, but what do I know? No, but if something bothers me, they'll let them know. But that doesn't bother me. I appreciate fans coming out there. Again, if it was a distraction or if he wasn't practicing as hard and as focused as he was, then I'd have an issue. But he loves the attention, so.
You talked about command and presence from the center position yesterday.
Yeah.
Is there more to that than just knowing what's going on and making sure that you're communicating that well? Is there another element to that?
Well, Josh, sometimes the best call is a decisive call. So it's a complicated game up front. The way these defenses are going, those are the games within the game, the protection games. Obvious pass situations, third down, and you got some really, as the game's evolved, you got some really interesting personnel packages, and as a play callers, there's a lot of stuff. That's what I love about our schemes. Like, we throw a lot at them. It's a good training ground for like a young quarterback or a young lineman. A lot of times they may get you on play. As long as we got all 11, we got a chance. We'll come over and correct it. But what you can't have is the hesitancy. Like I said, a lot of times decisive calls is the best one, and we can get all 11 going. So that's kind of what you're looking for, and that's part of the command. And we put a lot on quarterback and our center. Does that answer it?
Yeah. And Damien Williams ball in 19.
Yeah, he's in the rush. Yeah, I call it the Varsity plan.